And welcome back to South City Long. About ready to start race 2. Michael Booth, your thoughts on the first race, please.
Yeah, there's a bit of a gap between the sort of front runners and the sort of rear of the field, and very interesting safety car due to Travis D'Souza coming through turn 4. He hit the inside wall, hit the outside wall, and then onto turn 5. Got sideways and managed to roll it, but I'm sure we have a good race 3 with the battle resuming. Race 2.
So race 2 now. Yeah, race 2 now. So De Jong starting first, then Anderson, Diaz, Nolan, and Fowry. Your top 5 on the grid. Waiting the pause here before the lights start to come. Here we go. All lights are red, and it is go. And Alvarez has jump started. But De Jong getting a great start, Anderson not getting a great start as Diaz comes almost alongside him. Scott and Fowry, oh, they touch. Bit of contact, and Fowry is losing a couple positions here as they all charge down. And Nolan is recovering, or is still up there. And oh, who's out? There's who's out? We got a crash in the back now. Crash in the back. Who was that? That was Wilkinson getting stuck in a little culvert up there, and Nolan got a slipstream on Diaz. He's tapping him a little bit. Get through there. Some more problems in the back here. Oliveira and Pavlovic
huge crash.
having it coming together.
Over the barriers. Looks like D'Souza has flown over the barriers.
Yep. So it's all action here on this start. So yeah, Grupelar and Almaraz and Miranda are crashed here in the turn 4 area. That we should have that. They've finally gotten themselves untangled, and Anderson right on the back bumper of De Jong here for first, and Diaz and Scott also back here. So the top five are still close together.
Looks like Van Buren made a couple places up there, so he'll be looking to get caught with the top 5.
Here comes Anderson. Anderson comes on the inside. He took a wide line into the second to last turn, and he'll come on the inside of De Jong. So they're side by side on the underpass, and Anderson comes through. But side by side with De Jong, they're going to hold it. Who's going to lead the first lap? It's going to be Anderson by a nose. Anderson leading the first lap by a nose. De Jong comes ahead, and almost a bit of contact there between Anderson and De Jong. Hard on the brakes again. Diaz catching them back up. And Anderson holding alongside. So this, a quarter lap already side by side. Anderson tucking back in. He could not make that stick. Little bit of difference in ballast there. 18 for Anderson, only 7 for De Jong. So the ballast hampering Anderson there. Diaz giving Anderson a little bit of assistance down here into turn number 4.
Yeah. De Jong really defended that quite well. Anderson was just unable to get through, but he's still trying really hard up here at the front. This is a brilliant battle for the lead. Anderson is being helped by a teammate from behind. There's a big train. It's a train made out of De Jong as the engine, and everyone else's carriages just following along.
They spread out a little bit through this section, but they do tighten back up through turns 8, 9, 10 area, and as they head on the South City Sprint 2 pit lane area. Anderson having fallen back a little bit.
Yeah, Anderson pretty much the status quo is the same as the last race. Anderson gets in there, has a chance, and then falls back again. It just takes a while to wind himself up and get back into the correct position. Laprovot and Hunyan are having a big battle here, followed by Østgaard. This is for 12th and 11th position as Østgaard comes into the wall there, just behind those guys. That's the green card.
Østgaard set fast lap.
Oscar set the fastest lap, or what do you know? Usgard has set the fastest lap and made 10 positions on his starting position, so well, he's really proving his core racing. Yeah, he's really proving his skill for core racing here. This is one of his first league races for these guys. Now, ahead of him, you can see Novak in the blue car, Laprovot in the green and white car, Hunyan in the orange car, and at the back, that is the blue car of Usgard. Yes, concertina effect is going on here. But then it's all spread out again. Novak gets away in the iCON racing car. iCON Racing are the guys who run this series.
Almaraz, who got that drive-through penalty for the false start, still has not served that yet.
Probably wants to have some fun racing before he loses it all. Makes sense, I guess. Still at the front, still quite close, but with Ederson and De Jong. And also Nolan Scott being followed by Marquez.
Diaz appears as he's doing a little bit just by pressuring Anderson just a little bit to help Anderson have that pace to try and catch back up with De Jong. Diaz and Anderson are starting to pull away a little bit, quite a bit now from Nolan and Marquez. Van Buren has caught Marquez now, however. De Jong starting to stretch away a little bit. His lead over second position, though. As Laprovot leads Novak. So I believe it's actually a change of position. I don't know if we mentioned that yet. And Novak is ahead of Ostgaard. Ostgaard ahead of Hunyan. Ooh, almost a little bit of three wide here onto the overpass between Pers and Pavlovic. What's his for? 14, 15, 16th, and is Oliveira trying? Ooh, not a big enough hole. There's not. Yeah, fourth car now. I didn't see that yet. Zadra there, and crash! Big crash! Big crash! Pavlovic is upside down, and he rolls it back under his wheel. That is amazing luck for him. Amazing luck for him. Wilkinson was asking for permission to spectate. He's stuck in the middle of the track, though he doesn't have that much damage. He should just keep on going. And Miranda is in the pit lane, though. So, massive accident, but everyone keeps going. Amazingly.
Yeah, it looks like Miranda's parking it up for this race.
Very unfortunate for him there.
Just looking at the replay of the first lap on the motorway, it looked like Oliveira and De Souza made some contact, which resulted in Oliveira going sideways across and fully turning around across the field, and he was hit and a few other cars joined in, so it's not a very wide piece of tarmac to be having something like that happening.
Zadro having a bit of problems trying to get around. He got some heavy damage in that. His front right damper is completely hosed. He actually did come off a little bit worse, I think, in terms of steering ability than Pavlovic, even though Pavlovic rolled it. And Wilkinson has pulled into the garage to park. And he has retired.
Nolan Scott just bumped the barrier, just got passed by Rudy Van Buren. There we go. There's a championship deciding move, but Nolan Scott is coming back round the outside into the second last corner. Here he comes, just touching the rear of Rudy Van Buren. They've had so many good races through this corner in previous events in different series, these two guys, and it's happening again.
Like head to head.
Rudy Van Buren, great job. Yeah, Rudy Van Buren, great job into 4th place, but Nolan Scott now coming alongside him again. It is the battle. It's a big one for 4th place. Nolan Scott coming around the outside now. He will have to take to the outside. Will it work? Rudy will not give up. Nolan will go, but this is great. There's a yellow flag ahead of them. There's a yellow flag ahead of them, but that person is now out of the way. That was lucky. That was Pavlovic in the way just ahead of them, but whew, that's fine. Anyway, moving on. Scott, followed by Rudy
Nolan
Van Buren, followed by Marquez.
Later to Passingham. Marquez is ready to capitalize when Nolan and Van Buren take each other out.
Look at this! Here comes Rudy Van Buren up the inside, massive!
Hey, Nolan's been out!
Yeah, that wasn't quite the same professionalism that Nolan Scott afforded someone else in the previous race. Didn't quite work as well. Nolan will be fuming at that, I can tell you. Nolan Scott's just lost 2 places. He's he dropped a fiver and picked up 6pence. He overtook Rudy Van Buren, but then lost 2 places. So now Rudy Van Buren versus Marquez for 4th place.
Rudy Van Buren is under investigation by the admins.
Yep, I would say Rudy's move, having only seen it once though, I would say it was a little bit rude. Little bit, I mean, Nolan had already committed himself to the corner. Sometimes you can get away with it when the other person knows what's going to happen, but you know that Nolan's not going to give it up. So maybe Rudy should have just waited a bit. I don't know though. I don't want to give a proper judgment until I've seen it again.
And that's a tricky place to go side by side through anyway. So one small mistake from anyone will completely hose both.
Yep, it is a tough move. Don't know if it's worthy of a penalty, as I said, but yeah, we'll see. As the race continues on, currently Luc de Jong is still leading. He could become another double winner. And right behind them, it's still the Diaz and Ellison show. They constantly driving behind each other. It's like, I don't know, but it's like they're Siamese twins or something. They just cannot get away from each other. Just coming through the positions now, Luc de Jong is leader, Anderson is second, Diaz is third, Rudy Van Buren is in 4th position after that controversial pass to Nolan Scott. 5th is Hugo Marquez, 6th is Scott, 7th is Vukovic, 8th is Fowry, 9th is Kyo, and 10th is Østgaard, who's came back from 23rd on the grid into 10th so far. That's a really good job.
Yeah, Østgaard, looking at the lap one, was definitely in the wars. He was a few places behind the crash that happened, but his path was blocked by a sideways Oliveira, so he had to pick his way through that. And then a couple of corners later, I think it was Grupelar and Keo got together, and then spun across the track, and a couple other cars came in, so he had a lot of carnage to pick through to get the 10th place, which could be all important if his number comes up for race 3.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. This Anderson and Diaz thing is just a constant source of entertainment. I mean, they're just driving completely cleanly, not hitting anyone, or not hitting each other. This is great teammate work. I mean, they're not holding each other up, nor are they speeding each other up either. It's just that Rick de Jong has got good pace in this race, a little bit better than in the previous race, and is getting away from Anderson. Anderson had the one chance on lap 1 and 2, but he is not looking good at the moment, with Diaz putting him under pressure. And here we go, Diaz is now going to make the pass, finally! He's been waiting to do this for about 20 laps in the previous race as well. And here we go, he's made the pass, but Anderson gets into the slipstream. Has he done it too late? No. He's going to go back past again. Let's see him do it. No, it's a bump draft. It's a little bump draft there, guys. Nice bit of NASCAR-style racing there. Into turn 3, this hairpin. Anderson takes the title line, but Diaz has got the second place. Will he drive any faster now? Will he be able to catch Rick de Jong? Well, it's unclear, but we will keep an eye on this. Well, Anderson is getting back at him in the slipstream.
Yeah, Diaz only has 7 kilograms of ballast compared to Anderson's 18, though, so that might do.
Yes, very true indeed. Anderson is now has been giving Diaz some bump drafts, so maybe they've changed their tactic and trying to use the faster driver to get Rick de Jong.
Meanwhile, back 7th, 8th, ran to an extent 9th. We got Fowry and Yukovic close together for 7th, 8th, and also currently 9th, Keogh, who are right behind Nolan. So might have this a little bit catching up. Nolan catching Marquez again also.
Yep,
as Rick de Jong sets fast lap. I believe he did that just recently.
Yep,
137.87.
That is faster than the previous fastest lap from the other race. Yep, field is just evenly spread at the moment. We have sort of the top board. Rick de Jong is by himself in the lead. Then we have the 2 core cars behind him of Diaz and Anderson. Then we have Rudy Van Buren all by himself, having a lonely race, but he's in 4th. Yep, he's in 4th position. And 5th is Marquez, followed by Nolan Scott. That's a fairly close battle. That's probably the closest battle at the moment. Marquez in the red car, Nolan Scott in the black, orange and white car, and behind them is Vukovic just waiting and watching.
Nolan, yeah, definitely right behind Marquez, losing a little bit right through there, but Nolan definitely gaining a little bit on Marquez through this portion of the track. Of course, Nolan with his 46 kilograms of ballast compared to Marquez's 8, so pretty big difference.
Yep, difference of 38 kilograms. My maths is doing well. Another fastest lap by Rick de Jong, 137.73. He's really putting the hammer down. He's taking advantage of his lead. He's doing a good job, really good job to get away in this race. Behind them, Keogh and Fowry are having a battle. That's the Renesis car. Behind the core car, the Renesis car is the green and orange one. And Keogh, well, that's the core racing car. That's black, white and orange. this difficult overtaking corner, the one seen of controversy previously in this race. Now, Vowie's number plate says on board, so let's go on board with him. I don't know why he's actually put on board on his plate, but I guess he wants us to go on board with him and watch from the inside of his car, so we will duly agree and watch him chasing Ben Keogh. Nolan Scott having another go at Marquez now, nearly in the slipstream.
No, yeah, he's got the slipstream as they come. They'll be starting the penultimate lap now. So 2 laps to go. And Nolan, Marquez, maybe not a little unsure if he's on there. And Hinian and Laprevot have spun at the second to last turn, but they have now kept going. Almaraz needs to remember to serve his drive-through penalty or he'll be disqualified. Yes, Scott not getting around Marquez. He's got the slipstream again though, heading down the on the overpass through turn 4. A little bit of deja vu with remembering what happened with Nolan and Van Buren, but they keep going. A little bit of touch there. Marquez and Nolan spin a squeeze play, and Marquez off into the barriers, and Jukovic getting a bit of profit off of that. And Keogh now right behind Marquez. So Keogh getting a bit of an advantage from Marquez's hold up on the return. Little bit of squeezing there, might be a little bit for a protest after the race. Not sure at this moment though. But so some close action here on the penultimate lap of the race as De Jong is coming under the overpass. He'll be starting the final lap, and Diaz is catching De Jong a little bit.
Nolan Scott is visual out.
Distance.
Nolan Scott is timed out. Nolan Scott is out of the race. He just timed out. Just there.
Marquez is
serious.
going straight on. Marquez straight on at the final corner, so looks like he is having some.
Yeah, Marquez
as well.
Marquez just disappeared and then appeared in the barrier. What the heck was that about?
Maybe a little related. But as we might have a battle for the lead here on the final lap, as Diaz catching De Jong just a little bit. He was just a touch slower, or their best laps were just a touch slower. About 0.67 of a second though. Might be close if De Jong makes a mistake. They tighten up through the 6th turn on the track, and they'll head for the final time on this long, with right, a little bit of a straight, then turn number 7 here. Diaz sliding back a little bit. Diaz a little bit better on the brakes, it looks like, or under braking. Almarash completes his drive-through penalty on the final lap. De Jong getting a little wide on the entry to the chicane, but Diaz having to check up a little bit about it. See as they get through the final couple of turns here, will there be anything from Diaz onto De Jong? Gap holding a bit steady through here. Now Diaz might be able to get a slipstream through here. Can he? Can he get a slipstream as he comes? I'm not sure. No, he steps a little sideways. It looks like De Jong might have it safe and secure. Can't tell you. It's still a little early, but nope. Looks like Rick De Jong will come, and he will take 2 of 2 races so far today here in South City. So De Jong taking the victory over Diaz, and Ederson comes. He'll finish 3rd. Van Buren will cross the line to finish 4th.
Yep, back in the middle of the pack, 12th place. Hunyan is following Novak. This could be a last corner battle here. Closest one remaining on the track. Hunyan will try it, braking very late, nearly contact with the back of Novak's car here. Novak is the blue car, Hunyan is the orange car, and it's looking. Oh, don't know what Timo's doing. Oh, Novak's onto the inside. Timo stayed at the outside, not going in the slipstream, but now he's in the slipstream. This is going to be close to the finish. He's going to have to pull out onto the wider line. He's done it way too early. He's done it far too early there. He forgot to stay in the slipstream, and yeah, he finishes in the 12th position, does Hunyan in the orange car. So What a race. Unfortunate, absolutely terrible timeout for Nolan Scott on the penultimate lap. He was looking good, a couple of places behind Van Buren. That would have kept his championship pretty close, but now it's going to really even things up.
So a fairly chaotic race here in the beginning and the end. As we'll wait, as everyone appears to have finished now. Who has finished? So the reversal number is in, and the magic number is 7. So Fowry who finished 7th in this, will start in the first position. Keogh starting 2nd, then Jukovic, Van Buren, Anderson, Diaz, and De Jong. So will be a very chaotic run down to the first turn with some of the faster people put in the back a little bit. So unfortunate for Oscar, just missing.
Yeah, Oscar nearly had the perfect fairy tale story there, all the way from 23rd up to 8th. That is a fantastic drive. And Nolan Scott's disconnected.
You might wonder if he's taking maybe just taking a brief reset, yeah. Or as any Americans call it, a router.
A router, yes.
Because it routes information instead of route. Maybe just a little bit of silliness and a bit of schmozzling as they all come into pit lane. Maybe just a little bit of fun going on here. So now all the drivers have been told about it, and Group are doing an extra bit of lap around. Not quite sure why.
He's obviously playing for the camera.
Just some thoughts about that last race. Phil Diaz on the final lap of the race. I've never seen such flamboyant and thrilling driving from anyone in the series so far. Diaz just throwing it into the corners. Disregard to his tyres. It was pretty quick, but he just wasn't quick enough to catch De Jong. It was very impressive to watch though, and eventually the gap was 0.61, but that does not reflect how hard Diaz tried to catch in that final lap.
So, and Nolan has reconnected. So results, now, of course provisional until any protests have come through. Rick De Jong winning by 0.61 of a second over Phil Diaz. Third was Anderson, Van Buren 4th. Jukovic 5th, Keogh finishing in 6th. 7th being Fowry, and Fowry by that, and the reversal number being 7, Fowry will be on pole for race number 3. Oscar 8th, Marquez 9th, and 10th, pairs from the Greek virtual racing team. Taking a look now back at the second 10th, or the back half of the field now. David Novak finishing 11th, Timo Hinian 12th, Jan Laprevot 13th, Oliveira 14th, Dimick 15th, Almaraz 16th, Grupelar 17th, Pavlik and Zadro 18th and 19th. A few cars not finishing due to incidents or other sorts. So they will be filling in the back, so we'll have about 22, 23, 24 cars hopefully in for this last race. So we've seen 2 races so far. How do we think it's going to go based on what we've seen here at the third race here before we take a break? Before we take our break, Paso, your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, we only saw one gigantic accident in the previous race, which is good. It was where we expected it to be, in the bottleneck, the quick bottleneck of turns 1 and 2. I think we'll see another one of those in the next race, with possibly slightly slower cars being overtaken by the guys who got in the reverse grid down in 8th position. However, Fowry's a pretty quick driver, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does a good start. He could get away and win this one. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting from the third race.
And Boothie, your thoughts?
Well, I don't know what race you were watching, Paso, but obviously not had the chance to have a look at the replay. But yeah, there was quite a few crashes on lap 1, and yeah, some more crashes afterwards. But yeah, another good race, and this should definitely provide De Jong a chance with to make it 3 wins out of 3 if he can take advantage, or not take advantage, but come through the reverse grid.
Yep, so definitely. Grid will be sitting real quick, so just to reset the records, I will unfortunately run the intro again, just to help pass
Intro
the time a little bit and give us
yeah.
a break. So yes, intro time. We'll take a break here for about a minute and a half. We'll be back shortly.